Anyway, we're glad to finally be here. Not in a vehicle for maybe a couple hours. And get our guns shot in, and hopefully we'll start hunting tomorrow.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we want it like this, right? All the way.
Сюда, куда? Душа. Хорог. Хорог. Шубна. О, аличур. Вот это аличур центр. Вот комби.
Yeah, when we got there at the camp, we got all of our stuff in there. You know, it's kind of an exciting time. We get our stuff out of our bags, and we're happy that we got our luggage. And we think we're going to go outside and shoot our rifles, and they say, "Oh, come back in here." Anyway, they have a little big room, and opened the window, and one of the guys took off running out there about 300 yards and set a target up. And I've never any hunting camp I've ever been in. Shoot through a window. We had a chair window with a little bit of a padding there to shoot out of, but it was definitely different and a little bit stressful getting that gun zeroed in when you're on one of the biggest hunts of your lifetime. Hold up. Very loud, aren't they?
Yeah. Zero. Good, couple such as.
Maybe zero, maybe no. Hey,
Okay.
You hit the bullseye?
Yeah.
Sweet.
First morning, Pamirs in the morning with the Pamirian sun breaking over the top. Stunning. You'll see that in a minute. But we're about to go, right? You ready? You
Yes, sir.
excited? This was a dream. We talked about this when we were young men.
Sir, let's go hunting.
Let's go do it, brother. We're fixing to go find us a Marco Polo.
Go.
So they've spotted a herd of sheep over here. Day one, Brent shoots, so he's up. My rudimentary understanding of the Tajik, which is nothing, by pointing, they told us to come here. I think they're probably going to swing around this mountain, try to come in from the side wherever they spotted them. So first day, Brent and I discussed it. We came to a conclusion. Hey, you get first shot, I'll go second. We're gonna get our Marco Polo. We got to hunt together, which is amazing. We've been best friends for decades. We hunt together a lot. We do a lot of these travel trips together. So his success is my success is his success. And it was really fun for us to realize, hey, let's just do this thing together and enjoy the experience.
We grabbed our rifles and start going, and we haven't been there very long, you know, 24 hours or whatever, and we start at 13,500 feet, and you're just walking up the hill and can't breathe, can't go very far, and they're just telling you, come on, and you're slow getting there because you're trying to breathe, knowing that when you get there that you're not going to be able to shoot because you're breathing so hard. And laid up over the rock, and I see my first ever Marco Polo sheep, and they're like, shoot. The most high pressure shot you'll ever have in your life is when you're Marco Polo sheep hunting, because they're hunters. They get really excited themselves, just like you do.
Yes. Okay. Pull, listen. Pull. Hey, wait.
First day, they have this big Marco Polo ram, and it's his shot. We hump it around that mountain, breathing and huffing and puffing, and he makes a perfect shot, drops his sheep, and you know, I'm ready to go celebrate. And of course, the Tajik guides, they don't play around. They want to get you sheep. And they knew there was another ram in there that they considered this a shooter. So they're like, come, let's go. We took off running, which about killed me. So I wanted to be there in the very beginning when he saw his sheep. And there was a bittersweet moment where, you know, I'm wanting to enjoy the process with my friend. He just killed the ram of a lifetime. The same dream that I have, he has it. And I'm wanting to just soak it up. He just took me on it. He wanted to see how far I could go. We just ran all the way around this mountain, but we were set up over there in that pass. And he just saw the tracks. If we had just patience, just stayed there for another 15 minutes. We just found their tracks in the snow. As soon as they saw the guides down below, they went right over the mountain and right through that pass where we were just sitting. It would have been a 100-yard shot right on them, boom. But instead, we literally did about a 400-yard death march. And that Tajik guide didn't give a shiitake that I'm a middle-aged, not quite so chubby. I've lost 34 pounds and been in the mountains, but I don't care what you do. We're at 15,000 feet plus. Good luck, man. It's killing me. I thought I was in shape, and I ain't never had my booty kicked like this. My heart is literally trying to come out of my chest, but I'm having a grand time. It's really our first day of hunting, second day technically of the hunt because of all the delays, but Brent shot a giant monster ram in a bachelor group. There was another big one in there, so they were trying to get me on him, and hey man, the hunting gods decided, no, Paul, you're gonna have to work a little bit longer. You win some, you lose some, and the main thing is Brent got his monster. We get to celebrate tonight, and maybe I get one later today or tomorrow, the next day or the next day. I got 9 days to see if I can get lucky, and if I don't, it's been everything I dreamed of since I was very young. So I'm on top of the mountain in the Pamirs. Can't beat it.
So I walked down there, and one of my guides kind of walked down there close to the ram and then backed off, and it was a really special time for me to walk up on that ram. I really was by myself. Walked around just to see it laying there. Literally my first Marco Polo that I've ever seen in my life was laying there in front of me. I watched him for a little bit, took the ram and got to walk up on him and feel his hair, 3 inches thick, big feet, big horns. Just one of the most beautiful animals that I've ever seen. Been lucky in my life to take a lot of different species, and he's right up there with the top 1 or 2 that I've ever been able to take. It was an unbelievable experience and something I'll never forget.
Congratulations.
Get one.
Good job. Cool.
Look at his freaking foot.
Really?
Really hair. You'll see on the video, but it was very, very hectic, and they don't speak very good English. Actually, none. But they were telling me, I thought the one on the left, and they were all 3 really big, but the one on the left, and then the one's like, no, it's not. They kept telling me like I didn't understand, so there was 3 sheep, so I did this, and automatically they all pointed at that one, so I freaking got lined up.
One in the middle.
I had no idea what they were saying. It was right, left, or center, and they all were, like I said, they were all really mature, big sheep. Yeah, they were just bouncing back 320, 300 meters, 300 yards, 320. I just went to 300.
Get it, brother.
Go get you one, boy.
I'm good. I'll look anyway.
Marco Polo to me is one of the most amazing creatures that has ever been put on the face of the earth. From the first time that I saw Marco Polo, I've said this before, but in Dallas Safari Club, I walked in there and the giant, a snow mountain, big giant sweeping horns, big old neck. The body size on them are huge. They're just beautiful sheep. Made me walk straight to them and talk to the people that that can get you on these hunts and these get you to these areas is very difficult, but the animal's just unbelievable. tons and tons and tons of videos, read books about them, and a dream about coming to hunt them and see them.
Snow angel!
Nyt tässä pyyntiin devisa.
Här är ju på nacknippar det.
Here, got the snow. That might have hurt. So.
That hurt a little bit.
Okay, guys. Sorry, I can't get enough oxygen to breathe well, but lifelong dream of mine. Most people don't know what they are, but they're Marco Polo sheep in Tajikistan, where they're the biggest in the world. Most people's never even seen pictures of one, much less seen them in person like we got to see today. These guides are unbelievable up here. They put us on 3 rams. All 3 of them were shooters. They drug us up the mountain, no oxygen. Finally got up there, took him at 320 yards. One shot.
Dropped him.
And just unbelievable animal. Me and Paul, we almost booked this hunt 15 years ago. 15 years ago. Almost booked it again about 8 years ago because we started going to Africa together, and that kind of got us preoccupied. But what do you think, Paul?
Just what an amazing time to get to be here with my best friend in the world. We travel around together, get to see these amazing places, enjoy these trips, and get to sit there and watch you up from the top of the little mountain up there take an amazingly iconic animal. I mean, we've talked about it many times. Something you dream about when you're a little kid, seeing one, and I can't believe something like this even exists.
And of all of my hunts that we've all done together, this is by far the hardest one to get to.
Yeah.
But it's well worth it.
It's worth it now.
Yeah. Anyways, and now we have to concentrate on you, buddy. We're
Got it,
gonna go
bro.
find you one of these.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This is a monarch, a dream of mine come true right here.
And I've never taken a sheep, so this will be my first sheep. Congratulations, bro, once again.
Thank you.
We got the dream. You got the dream.
Yes, sir.
Big sheep!
You heard what he said, right? In Tajik just now. He said, you want me to bring the fat hunters, or should they rest in the truck? They should be right there. This altitude is freaking bad news. So the sheep were down in this bottom in in their little defensive position, like they get for watching for wolves. It was pretty cool. They were literally, I think it was 4 or 5 rams. I think it was 4 facing all different directions. So they decided we could do a drive part of the way, and then the baton death march all the way around the mountain, drop down into the valley, come up on this little group of rocks, which worked perfect. If they were there, I'd have had about a 250, 300 yard shot. But the sheep took off. What's funny is the head guy had a radio, and he should have told us that they left, but he didn't. So we got to finish the whole thing out for fun. So now this guy's like, oh, we killing the client for fun, but whatever. I assume we're fixing to walk my big buck right out of here.
You said there's some on the table where the rifles were. I can see that one with the naked eye. One of them's laying down. Or was.
Inshallah. So we're at almost 15,000 feet. They don't care that I'm struggling. We have that group of 4 sheep. There's one really, really good ram in there. I want to say he's, I mean, I don't know these sheep, but he's big. He's beautiful. So we got up to this ridge. We're fixing to climb about, I want to say it's probably 700 feet.
Can we come back?
We're going to come up, and if we can get a shot on that point of rock, and they don't see us, and I make the shot, and it's not too far, and I'm not too winded, if I make it, we're going to go for this group of 4. Sounded good when we started. It don't sound so good now. We're not even a quarter of the way there, and I'm already fatigued out my ass. Let's go. Shit. Fuck this mountain. I thought I got my butt kicked the first time, and I was sure I got it kicked the second time. I'm past all that shit on this 3rd time. It don't look like much. And these Tajik guys want me to keep going, but holy cow. First day, and we are climbing 700, 800 feet up. Shoot at 100.
Sleep.
Sleep.
Big. No big.
We finally get on those 4 big Marco Polos bedded down. We're 111 meters away. And I just remember thinking, damn, it's the first day, you know. I cannot believe the rocks are perfect. My rifle's set up perfect. Sheep are bedded down. 2 of them were asleep. Basically a chip shot for this rifle, and having shot a lot at distance, and for whatever reason, something happened, and then they just busted off the mountain. And from a pure hunting standpoint, the stalk was a failure. Like, we lost these sheep. I didn't get frustrated. It's hunting. The wind shifted. We did everything right, but we did one thing wrong, and that's how this game's played. Well, we just did a 1,500 foot hell of a climb. Got all the way up to this rock ledge, perfect. That herd of sheep, those three rams were laying there. One was a shooter, definitely curled out, tips were flared and broke. Beautiful old ram, broke junk out of his horns, but they were bedded down, and he was head down. There was another one in front of him, I couldn't get a shot. They think cameraman did it, but I'm pretty sure the wind shifted, and man, they jumped up and were gone, but we could feel the wind to our back. They now want to go all the way to that big peak where we saw them way up on top. Well, we're up here, so we're really not going to have to gain much elevation already. We're here, so it's just going to be walking this nasty spine ridge of rocks and see if we can get up above that herd that we saw over here. There was a cranker in there, maybe better than anything here. So we're going to try to get ourselves over there. We have an amount of water. They don't bring any water. It's crazy, but pray my Diamox holds off and then I can take it. My legs are tingling and cramping, Not used to this kind of climbing and walking like this with no oxygen, but hands are neat tingly. But I mean, hell, we got to climb down. We might as well make that little, I'd say it's about half a mile with maybe another 100, 200 foot climb. I'm at the end of my rope. I'm at the end of my rope. I just had the greatest, best day of sheep hunting I've ever had. Of course, it was my first day too, but there's never been a day better than this. 3 wonderful opportunities at sheep. One of them, 111 meters. I mean, we had him. I think the wind flipped, maybe the camera shined, maybe I bobbed my head up. Maybe it was just the time of the day and it was not meant to be, but I got to lay there and watch 4 majestic rams on the top of the mountain. Just, my cup runneth over. I'm kind of glad it didn't end today, but I can tell you my legs are trashed. We climbed, I think it's close to 1,500 feet at elevation on the day 1. We went all the way around, up that mountain and all the way around this and then back down. So 15 up, miles of walking, 1,300 back down of the roughest, nastiest. That's about as bad as I've ever walked down, slid down. But what a day, amazing.
Which this truck? Hey, c'est pas them, là.
Here we go. Well, we're off. We're on the hunt. We're on the journey. It's Marco Polo time. Top of the world.
Another beautiful day.
Tajikistan. Can I climb another mountain? I'm already having a couple of doubts.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Marco Polo.
Oh, Marco Polo?
Dice,
10 Marco Polo. A couple of them look really big. One of them they think's really, really big. But they're over a mile away, halfway up that mountain. So I think the debate, and then one of them was talking about going down the valley, and if they stay there with the rifle that I have, I can try to make a shot up the mountain if they're not spooked. But I don't know. I trust to the Tajik gods, and I don't know, what a blessing. It's a blessing just to get to be here, so I'll roll with whatever they think. The head guide's probably about my age, 50 something, and seems very knowledgeable, so he's kind of running the show. I'm sure he's seen these scenarios many times, so we'll give it a shot. I'm along for the ride with the experts. Breathe. one.
Piri, one. Piri.
Okay. I can't hold still.
Short to the full. Bitsut 100.
How many?
Bitsut yard, Bitsut. 505. One good potential, one. Better say. Yes, Papa. Yes. Tota villitelu muu. Huh? Tota,
How far was that? 650.
Shota, ulетели. Ага, черный, спин, улетели мы. Да, улетели.
So, because of the, I shot it. I hope I hit it anyway. It's 540 yards, but we had to run. So fatigued. I had a closer shot, but I just literally, my heart wouldn't stop beating. But the biggest one kind of got up on top of the ridge, a little over 500. I had a great, by then my heart rate had slowed down enough that my crosshairs were staying steady. My lips are froze here. It's 24 degrees in the shade. But he kept saying, number one. Well, the first ram in the second group was a good ram, but the first ram in the second group that were higher up was even bigger. So when I saw that, luckily I couldn't breathe. I knew I had a 540 yard shot. I knew I could make that shot. Wasn't able to have time to range. They yelled out, I hit him. Good shot, you got him. So we'll see. I always have that moment of doubt. Hopefully we get him. This 24-year-old mountain goat Tajik's fixing to go up there and get him. I don't know that I have another 1,500 foot climb in me, to be honest with you. So this place exposes you. I've never had anybody in my entire life carry my rifle for me. Just proud to be here.
Paul hit a ram. They're going to find it, and we're going to look for Ibex and see how it goes. We hunted on this side of the mountain range for Marco Polo, and then a lot more rough and jagged over here on this side. I hope they got some roads back in here, because it looks really rough, but we'll see. Small.
No. Oh, storka.
They're about that big?
No.
We went through a bunch of areas looking for Ibex, and it was getting close to dark. We still could have hunted maybe another couple hours, and finally one of my guides we got the phone call that they found Paul's sheep, and we all started jumping up and down and screaming and hollering. We all jumped in the vehicle and took off as fast as we could to go back to camp to see Paul's ram.
So there is a man in this process. His name is Fed. I would say he's in his mid-20s. He was born in these mountains, raised in these mountains, and I've never seen anybody move like this guy through the mountains. He does not get tired. But when I shot my ram, the top of that mountain was right around 16,000. He went up, when I hit him, he was at the top, went over and went to the backside somewhere. And all I could think of is, that's 5 hours, 6 maybe, I'm dead from yesterday. And they're like, no, Fed will go get him. He started walking, and then I'm like, well, what do we, oh no, he'll get the sheep. They gave him a pocket knife, a piece of salami, and I think he took like half a bottle of water, and he gone. We go back to camp, we have lunch, we're sipping hot tea and relaxing, and I want to say 4 hours later, he got my sheep, full skinned him, with the head and the horns, comes walking out of there with this, I don't know, 75 to 100 pounds of sheep on his back, little bitty guy, and my rifle off the mountain. And it was one of the most incredible feats of human endurance, youth, strength, mountaineering, born in the mountains, just still in awe. Well, lifetime dream came true. Got to be here with my best friend. We spent a lot of time practicing shooting, dreaming, scheming, and preparing for this hunt. All of it paid off at the end of the day. This is one of the grandest animals in the world. I'm here in the Pamirs, in the Holy Kush. Got to walk the Silk Road. Got to hunt one of the most majestic animals that live in the most majestic space you could ever dream of. It's just amazing, and there's so many people that I have to thank for this. Before I do that though, if you're watching this video, what you may think is, what you see is I'm trophy hunting. But really what I'm doing is living an experience few people are ever gonna see or ever get to do. And while I'm doing that, I get to help perpetuate the last of the world's wild places and wild animals. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. By doing that, valuation brings conservation and preservation, making these animals so valuable that the people that live here realize that value and want to protect the habitat and the animal. Just preserving the animal, putting it in a zoo doesn't do it. The habitat has to stay. If you have the habitat, you have the animals. So enough of my little soapbox, but don't lose sight of that. This isn't just about trying to get some big trophy. I want to take a big mature ram so that it doesn't harm the herd, but I really want my money to go to help the conservation of this area. The people that I want to thank, first of all, my lovely wife for putting up with my lifelong obsession. She's been a hunter's widow many times, and I can't thank you enough, Melissa, if you see this video or when you see this video. Thank you so much for letting me pursue my dreams, for always being in my corner, for not complaining too much when I have to write those checks, and for always being there for me. I love you. I want to thank my father, my grandfather, the men that made me the man that I am today, that helped instill this passion for hunting. I want to thank Michelle at Buchanan Hunts. She has always set up amazing adventures, done a lot of the groundwork for me, making sure that I go with outfitters that are going to keep me safe, which my wife likes that. She pulled me, she figured out how to get me out of Africa when I was really sick and felt like I was dying. Having that person in your corner that vets these outfitters, that get you to these places, that are doing the kind of conservation and working with the local people to make it happen, I think it's critical. It's very difficult for the average person to do this kind of research. This is what she does day in and day out. Doesn't cost you any extra, and she does that groundwork for you. So thank you, Michelle, for setting this up. I owe you one again. I'm kind of at a loss for words, which is unique for me, but I'm sitting here. In a minute we'll bring the team in here. So here's the amazing part of it. You get to see the animal. I guess you see us too on this video, but what really makes this work behind the scene is the team. The men on the ground that live here day in and day out with these animals, that help to make sure that they're protected, to help guide us, to help keep us safe, to make sure that we're doing what we need to be doing, to help us find mature rams. I don't know a lot about Marco Polo. I've never been here. Pano was able to help a lot as far as understanding what big sheep are and which one to shoot. Naim, head guide, made sure we got in here, made sure everything, he was driving us around, making sure the team is in place. He's the one running the whole camp, made it happen. Faid, the mountain goat, can't say enough about him. It's nice to be in your 20s and grow up in the Pamir Mountains. But anyway, but without this team, this doesn't happen. These animals would eventually disappear. Their only value would be the meat, and that's not very much. So I just wanted to make sure that I thank everybody on the team. Thank all of you so much for making this happen.
Welcome.
And for getting me such an amazing monarch of the mountain in the Pamirs. Most beautiful sheep in the world. Thank you.
We're all getting in this little mountain vehicle and we're putting all of our stuff in there and gonna, I guess, drive as far up as we can and then start walking, but I don't know how we're all gonna fit in here, but we're gonna try. Come part way up in the vehicle and I think that there's ibex up in this canyon. We're fixing to make a long, steep hike and hopefully get a couple ibex. It's hard to, we can't really tell what we're doing. We're just follow the lead guy. Can't hardly breathe already.
Oh, there's no air. No air.
Paul had gotten his sheep, I had gotten my sheep, so we started to go hunt ibex. And the first morning that we started hunting ibex, we started at the bottom and we went a total of probably 3,000 feet up and probably 3 hours, maybe climb, maybe 3.5 hours. I'm not sure. I didn't really look at my watch, but just unbelievable climb as far as how high we went. On the way up, out of nowhere, a fox come trailing us, and we all sat down trying to catch our breath, and it kept getting closer and closer and closer, and I ended up pulling a little Snickers bar out of my pocket and taking the wrapper out and threw him one about 10 yards or so, and he walked right up there and started eating it, and then I reached my pocket, got another one, and then held it out with my hand, and it walked right up there to me. I thought it was going to take it out of my hand. I ended up just throwing it. I'm like, I don't know if I'm about to take my finger off, but it was an unbelievable experience to be that close to an animal like that. And you know, so far away from any house or anything. It was not, it was definitely a wild fox, but it trailed us just like a dog for, I don't know, maybe 200 yards just behind us, around us, to the front. Then we kept climbing and kept climbing, and got sore, got tired, couldn't breathe, didn't take enough water. Got up there to the top and got up on the ibex about 1,200 yards from them, and we had to sit there for 4 hours until they were laid down, and he wanted them to get up and feed down a little bit of a mountain into this little draw so we could sneak up on them.
Oh, it's been brutal, man. It doesn't get any colder than this. We're at 15,800 and some change. We've been laying on the ground, which is frozen, for about 3 hours. What do you think?
Yeah, I've been shivering for after 2 hours.
I don't know. I'm seeing stars on the side. I got something in my chest, so I gotta be careful. But the ibex are coming down, so it's like we gotta risk it for the biscuit.
There's a wolf in there, though. The wolf's good screwed up.
And Brent left his coat behind because he didn't want it. He said he was tough.
That was stupid. That was very stupid.
I thought I didn't need mine, so I left it behind too. That was stupid. I left my big gloves behind. That was stupid. No hand warmers. That was stupid. But we're in Tajikistan.
And this is all the water we have left. And it's mine, and everybody keeps drinking it.
after 4 hours, they finally did what they want them to do, and off we went. We walked really fast, running, trying to, I'm not very much on running up there, but, and then all of a sudden he made us drop down and we crawled, I don't know, it felt like 200 yards, it was probably more like 100, but went all the way up there and got on a flat little berm, actually a pretty good place to shoot. It was my turn to shoot. Paul was there too, and there was breathing really hard, cold. I was shivering. I was been cold for 4 hours. No excuses, but at 600 yards, I took a shot.
Does she under or what? Did I hit him or not? No? When it went off, I felt like I was on him. I'm fucking shaking like a leaf though. I don't even know where they're at. Oh hell, I see them now. The edge on the right going up. We're at 16,000 feet. We walked all the way up here. We crawled 200 yards. Laid down. I had to shoot 608. I felt good when it went off, but I was shaking, I'm cold. Oh. Paul was going to shoot the one on the right. I was shooting the one on the left. When I shot, they bolted. They went up the side. Did you shoot at 780?
780.
The first shot?
First shot. Broadside, crystal clear. Everything felt good.
So what do you guys have to say about ibex hunting to your fellow hunters out there?
It is wonderful. Everybody should try it at least once.
Got to do this ibex thing. The weather's perfect. You don't really have to fly much. No, it's hard, man. Bring hand warmers, snacks, and plenty of water. Don't be embarrassed when your 25-year-old Tajik guide or mountain guide, whoever he happens to be, was born at 13,000 feet and ran his goats from 13 to 19, his 1,000 feet his whole life. When he tells you, hand me the rifle, just focus on getting yourself there. It's hard for me, hand that rifle over, but eventually you realize, man, I just got to survive this thing. I can't get air, I can't get good breathing, I can't get recovery time worth a dang. We don't want this ibex hunting to be over with too fast, so I'm glad we get to do this again tomorrow.
I don't know who you're talking about. I would love for it to go. It was very disappointing for me and him to walk that far, that hard, all day up that mountain and come away empty-handed, but it's just part of hunting, and really an unbelievable day out of everything that happened, and wouldn't really change it. I'd love to have taken a big ibex that day, but it didn't happen, so we had more days coming to hunt, so we went down the mountain.
We were looking at the bunch of billies on the skyline, and he's like, shh, they're right there. Almost just out of rifle range. We're fixing to walk around, he said. But there's a billy that the horns curl and almost touch his back. It was like, whoa, beautiful. On my ibex, we spot him, guides spot him, and when they start pointing up, like not like this, like that, he's up there, we got to go up there. Ibex live in some whoa places, and I'd been sick, I was wheezing from too much altitude, gastrointestinal issues from either water or fruit, something. Physically, I was nowhere near 100%. I was spent. And those ibex, I looked through the spotting scope and they just, and it's like, okay, I can do this. I gotta do this. I want one of these magical things. Finally get up there, and because I can't climb fast, Brent and I are both spent from climbing mountains. The biggest one had already moved off, so Fed was like, come on. There were 5, and several of them had already moved over the ridge that we're trying to climb up to, and he's like, come on, they're fixing, they're leaving. He's like, they're leaving. So I found my last burst of adrenaline and got up there, and I couldn't see him. So Fed points. So I'm looking with the Leicas, and I can't find him. He's pointing right there. Right there. 2 minutes. He's getting frustrated. They're right there. But he's literally right there. I can't see him. I've never felt more embarrassed and helpless to sit there and have now 2 guides are both pointing. I finally grab his hand. I'm like, point, and I lay my eyeball on his finger and look at it. And then I sit there with the binocular. They were 451 yards. All of a sudden, it's like magic. There's this ibex.
Here we go.
Yes! Very good. На место стоит он. Shoot.
Where's he at?
Shoot, Paul!
Yes, good. Very good. Congratulations. Yes.
There's only one?
Paul, на место.
One's got a broken horn. Big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big.
На место.
Oh, I have nothing left. I've been sick as a dog. Climbing this thing was whoa.
We're scary.
Scary. Now I'm scared to go back down it. I gotta do the hands. I can't do it.
Finish.
Rahmat. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for making that high pressure shot even more high pressure. I like this mountain hunting though, man. There ain't nothing like it. Kicks your butt and kicks your butt and kicks your butt, and the water gets you in different food and time zones, and can't sleep, and the dust and the dry air and the cold and the altitude is a butt whipper. But my God, you get to see country, mountains, and I can't even, the camera will never do this place justice. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, all the hard work, death-defying climbing, high altitude, paid off into a stunning Pamirian Ibex. I guess technically these are the mid-Asian Ibex. They have this really cool, like, white saddles on the back, beautiful knobs. You can tell he's an old warrior, big old neck on him, scars all over him. It was a climb. Brent and I both were dying trying to climb up that, I mean, maybe a 800 foot, maybe 1,000 feet at the most climb, but it was up and it was rough rock, scary. And it was pushing our Flatlander lungs to the max. So, but we finally made it up to the top. There were 3 ibex, and Fed was like, let's go. One of them had moved off and already went over the ridge. This Billy was still there, and another even bigger one, but he had a broke off side were there. Arranged him at 456 yards, but his rear was to me. You can kind of see the guides are like, shoot, shoot, you know, shoot, shoot. They're ready for me to pull the trigger, but I didn't have a good broadside shot. He was eating something underneath a rock, like a hole in the rock. And he literally had his head all the way up to his horns buried underneath it for a long time, chewing on something. Finally, he turned broadside. My breath had come back. Made a good shot. I lost him in the recoil again, and then they started yelling, so I knew I'd got him. This adventure has been everything you could ever dream of. I get to be here with my best friend. We've been taking turns. Today was my day to shoot first. I got lucky that we didn't have to climb 3,000 feet like he did on his day to shoot. It was about as bad. It was about as bad. And we got lucky that they didn't know we were there. They didn't pin us down, so we didn't have to lay in the cold for 5 hours. Grand old Billy, and it's stunning how big they are. I didn't realize they were this big. I mean, this is a 300-pound, 350-pound animal. They've got sponge on the bottom of their hooves, I guess, so they can run on the rocks. Their eyes are like tiger's eyes or something, this beautiful bronze. And
Necks are really
massive. But without the team, I mean, us American flatlanders, these guys can run through these mountains. It's unbelievable. It's just an amazing adventure to get to see it and have them pull the curtain back, so to speak, and show me what treasures await in these mountains. So if you're watching this, get off your butt, go lose weight, get in shape, and come see the Pamir Mountains. You'll be glad you did.
So me and Scotty and our guides take off, and they go straight up the mountain, and then we start going side hilling, and it was really, really, really nasty. Hands, you know, have a stick, hands, feet. The first time ever that I've ever had a guide turn around and come back, get on the downhill side of me, take my arm, other guide on the top side of me, and start trying to grab my arm to walk me across. When I'd get to one of those spots, I just try to go quicker across. Anyways, got around there, I don't know how long it took us, 2 hours or so, got all the way around where they were, and the wind switches on the back of our neck, blows around the side of the hill, and we didn't ever even see them. And our head guide just turns, looks at us, and starts walking down the mountain.
really, really tough. Ibex are way underrated, in my opinion. They should be one of the greatest animals to hunt there are, because they are very, very tough. They kicked my ass again. So twice today, climb through the two of the toughest, not the longest, but two of the toughest climbs that I've ever made my whole life, and with nothing to show. But that's why we call it hunting instead of killing. And thanks for these guys for helping me. They're very disappointing because I haven't got to shoot an ibex, but I missed yesterday, and they tried to get me up the mountain fast enough twice to get to them, and I can only go as fast as I can go. But thank you.
When they want to stop or they're done or whatever, that's one of their signals when they cross their arms. But I told them, I said, I'm done. I'm not going to kill an ibex. I cannot climb again. And they're like, oh, there's more. Come on, dude, go. I'm like, I am done. I am not making another climb today. And they have an unbelievable will. They do not. They have no give up in them, not 1 ounce. And they come up. They grab this vehicle. It was the Russian rock crawler is what we call it. I don't know exactly what it's called, but unbelievable piece of equipment. And they throw us in that thing, and I can't hardly get in it to start with. It's like getting in a Super Cub airplane, but with my rifle and my binoculars, and they gear it down, and we take off side hilling this mountain and start climbing in it. I mean, he starts shifting gears and going through rocks and just goes as far as he can get up the mountain, and slams on the brakes. We get out and they see him, and I actually put my bipod down on the hood of the truck, and I can't find them. but they're so far off and they blend in so well, it's unbelievable. You can't find them.
Pretty good.
Oh, stay, just stay.
Ah.
See?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, daj, no, igen. Oh, stay. Sit here. No, c'est beau. Two. Go first. Up. You pull the hub.
Oh, it's too high?
Tyr.
You up. Let them.
Up.
There he is cresting the top of that white rock.
Huh?
Over the top of that white rock, you see him?
Yeah. You see?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yes! 550 meters.
Yeah, freaking. Was I shooting over him every time?
Nästa, nacka nästa. Nacka nästa.
Thank you.
Oh, vidare.
Oh my God. I don't have no energy. I'm done. It takes forever to find them. You don't know. They look like little bitty ants. And they see two going up the side. And I think I shot over them. I think I shot over them twice, right? And then the third shot, I hit it. They said I hit him. I don't know. I didn't see a recoil. But they said I dropped him. Unbelievable. These Ibex are freaking tough. But we got one. I can't believe it.
My third shot, I connected with him, and it was like total chaos. Those guys we were all screaming, jumping up and down, and they were so excited, that I got the Ibex, and it was an unbelievable experience. Also, just being with them and feeling the passion that those Tajikistan people have, the same passion that we have for hunting. When you're in a camp like that with those guys, you people across the world have problems with, each country's and political stuff. But when you get in a hunting camp and it don't matter who it is, where you're from, what language you speak, it's unbelievable. You end up being really, really close friends because they have the same passion that you have for it. Finally got one of these guys. We've been up and down the mountain through crazy rock slides and rock hills, and you tell them no and they keep saying yes, and I'm not gonna go anymore. Yeah, you are. And anyways, after multiple treks up the mountain to 16,000 feet, 16,300, going up crazy steep rock hills. The last one, or not the last one, or it is the last one I climbed up. I come down, I said, no more, and they still went down the bottom and was still looking. I'm like, I'm not going anymore. And they finally put me in this little Russian vehicle and ran around the side of the mountain and come up as far as we can, and these were going across the side, and shot 3 times, shot over him twice, and shot him, I'm not exactly sure, right at 600 yards. He's not the biggest Ibex in the world, but he's mine, and this is one of the most hardest earned animals that I've ever killed or taken, and they make you earn it big time. And I just want to thank all these guys. I would definitely not have got one of these without them pushing me. And I want to thank Scotty and Paul. We've had a great time here in Tajikistan, and it's snowing like crazy, going in my eyes every second. But been a great experience. The mountains are so vast, you can't even, I mean, we're gonna take lots of video and pictures, but you have no idea what they feel like. And when you get up on the side of one of them and look down and the rocks give way and you slide about 10 feet, it's an experience. Let's just say that. But I want to thank all of you guys. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. The hardest working guides that I've ever hunted with, ever, anywhere. Unbelievable. These guys went up on the top of this mountain and slid this thing down and came down and back, and it would have took me 5 hours to go up there just to get there. First of all, I would have never even went up there.
I could have got there.
I would have never even think about going up there.
It was steep.
Anyway, we've had a great time, and hopefully we get to do it again, Paul.
I hope so.
Thank you.